Yo, people, what's going on? Back again, early morning, back from Newcastle, watching the Cellar Cup. Boy, ended in defeat against Atletico Madrid, the 2-0. Not going to dwell on it too much. Wasn't the best of results. Performance was okay in the first half, second half not so much, but we made changes. And we didn't put out a full strength team anyway, so listen. That's our pre-season without a win. I think that's 5 games, no wins. Even though pre-season is about getting up to speed, fitness and that, would have been nice to get a few wins under the belt, but couldn't happen, but it's not the end of the world. But yeah, I suppose you could say off the pitch things might be looking up in some ways. Malick Thiaw looks to be signed or signing's pending. So we've been screaming out for a right centre-back, especially one with pace. And it looks like we're going to get one. A ball-playing centre-back, maybe not as good on the ball as Fabian Schär, but he's younger, quicker, can still spray a pass, defend on the front foot and that. So, I've seen on the timeline, fans have been, salivating at the prospect of Botman and Chow partnership. So, let's see if that can come to fruition and for how many games, etc. Because if we have those two, partnered with Lewis Hall and Tino Livramento, I think our defence is set. Ramsdale, many think will be the number one eventually. Slight change our style of play, comfortable on the ball, can build from the back, which is a positive. So it's just the rest of the positions to be sorted. We've got the right wing sorted with Elanga, compete with Murphy. It does look like Johan Isak will be signing. We can't really say it's a guarantee just yet because this is Newcastle United we're talking about, but that's a Wilson replacement, positive one, younger than Wilson, more mobile, Prem proven, scores goals, different kind of striker as well, which is good. And then we've got the Isak situation. Over the weekend, it's a few journalists say that we're sticking to our stance that he's not for sale. We've all seen Eddie's comments. My personal opinion is that where Eddie said he only wants to play that's want to play for Newcastle, I think that's pretty much a dig at Isak, and if he had his choice, if Isak doesn't want to stay, he wants him gone sooner rather than later. But I think PIF and the board may have other ideas, or maybe just a start to say, look, we're trying to make sure that we get the right price for him, because if we say that he's for sale, then that puts Liverpool in a stronger position, and we don't need that. So let's see how this develops. I do think it's going to be sorted one way or another within the week, the decision to sell him or to keep him. But I think it will, if we do sell him, it will be towards the end of the window. I don't see him playing for either team in the game on the 25th of August. But yeah, it's an interesting one. We definitely need a striker, whether it's him or a replacement. Definitely need one in. And then we get to the midfield as well, because, not even the fact that we've lost Longstaff, Willock's injured, which means we have to replace one, if not two, but our style of play as well. It doesn't seem to be evolved in any way. Watching the Cellar Cup the other day, it's still the same, slow pass with sideways, back and forth, and then to the winger, hoping he can beat the man and put one in the box. We need a bit more creativity, and I think that's where Joe Linton needs to be upgraded if we're going to progress eventually. Good player, brings the balance to our midfield, and he has good attributes, but we lack a goal-scoring midfielder or creative midfielder, and I think that's the position. We know Bruno what Bruno brings, we know what Tonali brings. They're elite midfielders. Nothing against Joe Linton, I do like him, but I think that's the position we should be looking at least to compete with him, at least. But it looks like there's rumours that we're still in Italy looking for maybe a midfielder. There's a couple names linked in that, but loose links at the moment. Let me know your thoughts. Do we need a midfielder? Do we need two? Do you have any in mind? Put them in the comments and that. And also the Isak situation. Do you think he stays or goes? And if he does go, who would you like to see come in? Obviously, we've missed out on Sesko, João Pedro and the like that, Ekitike. So, not sure who else is a viable replacement. I see links to Sam. Is it Samu? I think it is. A bit raw. Voltemade, I think that's how you pronounce it and stuff like that. Jackson. I don't know. I can't really think of any sure things, but let me know in the chat. But yeah, it's going to be another interesting week for Newcastle United. We've got the game coming up on Saturday against Aston Villa, which we'll probably do a preview to as well. Yeah, but interesting times, man. And I don't think it's as depressing as it was. It's still not great, but you know, got to get behind the team and the club and see where we go from there. All right, like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Peace.